was telling Alice about my encounter with Robert Heinlein in Mission Control. Can you believe it?
Oh, I believe it, Debbie. It's just as likely as you having any interesting stories to share.
Everybody, zip it.
Welcome back, dear intergalactic viewers, to Earth. We've got a fascinating headline coming up, so hold on to your space helmet.
What's this fascination with space helmets? Are they a fashion statement on Earth?
Perhaps it's some sort of ugly tradition, Gert.
Or maybe they wear them to block out Debbie's constant chatting.
Hey, I heard that.
You know, this show could be a lot more efficient without asserting someone.
Indeed, but efficiency isn't our style. Now, for a quick recap of our ongoing quest to uncover the truth behind our existence. Stay tuned for our headlines. Well, Bob, another day on this floating rock. And lo and behold, we've got a fresh batch of Earth's finest, terrorism.
Oh, you bet, Charlie. Earth's like a grand circus. The ringmasters gone rogue, the clown are running the show, and the lions are. Well, the less said about those, the better.
Earth's languages are a fascinating mess, don't you think? It's like trying to assemble a jigsaw puzzle made of jelly.
Gert, you're absolutely right. Humans, with their intricate linguistic chaos, remind me of an experiment gone slightly askew. I've been cataloging their bizarre interactions, and it's quite the study in organized chaos.
Ah, Hank, you're finally catching on. Maybe you'll realize that human problem solving ressemble à cat trying to understand quantum physics. Utterly futile.
Well, if anyone cares, I do have some valuable information on this topic.
Oh, great. Debbie's stepping up with her encyclopedia of Earth knowledge.
Alright, Debbie, give it your best shot. We know you're Earth's #1 fan.
Terrorist organizations on Earth come in various flavors, driven by a smorgasbord of motivations. Some want political change, others are into the whole religious fanaticism thing. It's like a buffet of chaos.
A concise summary, Debbie. But don't forget, Earth's inhabitants often find themselves in these quagmires due to their own actions.
Carl's right. It's the classic case of the universe's favorite game, cause and effect, but with extra twists and turns. Earth does love its plot twists.
Now, speaking of chaos, Earth's governments are constantly playing catch-up. They've got strategies ranging from intel sharing to military endeavors, all in a bid to keep things from unraveling completely.
It's like watching a never-ending game of fetch. Government pros, terrorists retrieve. Rinse, repeat.
So, to sum it up, Earth's a giant roller coaster of chaos, and we're just here for the never-ending ride.
Oh, the ride that keeps promising a final but never delivers.
Indeed, it's like Earth's reality TV, but with more plot holes than an interdimensional donut.
Jer, you've got a point there. Earth's like a soap opera that's been running so long it forgot how to write a proper ending.
Welcome, interstellar comrades, to yet another electrifying episode of 24/7 Newsroom. I'm your host, Charlie, the perpetual ray of sunshine, joined by the ever-curious Hank, the linguistic virtuoso Jet, the pragmatic Carl, and our resident cynic, Ali.
And I'm Debbie, your humble production manager, the unsung hero responsible for keeping this chaotic crew in check. It's like herding space cats in here.
Hey, folks! What's the buzz today?
Well, get ready, Space Pulse, because we've got some interstellar scoop fresh off the intergalactic press. Leo Campana, the Ecuadorian sensation, did something that Earthlings call scoring a goal. Infinity 3 RD minute.
Oh,
No
how
less.
utterly fascinating. I can hardly contain my enthusiasm.
You know, it's always a heartwarming experience to witness fledgling talents emerge. Leo Campana, a mere 22 years of age, carved his name in the stars.
Bob, dish out the deets. Who exactly is this Leo fellow?
Well, Hank, Campana is a 22-year-old Ecuadorian striker who joined Inter Miami on loan from Wolverhampton Wanderers. He's had 14 attempts at glory this season. And guess what? This was his first goal. Talk about a grand entrance.
So, what's the fuss about this Leo guy? He essentially kicked a ball into a net. A skilled robot could do that in its sleep.
Well, I'm sure his mom is already planning the parade.
Ecuador. What a curious corner of the cosmos. Did you know that Ecuador has rather cozy relations with its neighboring nations like Colombia and Peru? They even signed some trade agreements recently.
There it is, the reminder that when Earth nations put their heads together, they can accomplish incredible
Is
feats.
this Leo Campana the key to international harmony, or are we grasping at starstruck straws here? I mean, he scores one goal, and suddenly, world peace is on the horizon?
So, gang, who's your all-time favorite soccer player?
Well, I believe Leo Campana shows promise for someone his age.
Leo Campana is so promising. Even the Grim Reaper has him on speed dial.
Thanks, Deb, but we got this from here.
Hank, you're absolutely right. Sports have a magical way of bringing people together. It's all about the shared experiences and common goals.
Precisely, Jet. Sports teach us that unity and teamwork can triumph over any obstacle. Let's hope Leo's goal serves as a fleeting symbol of unity.
Now, let's see if Leo Campana ascends to interstellar stardom. Space crew, stay tuned because there's more cosmic news headed your way.
Welcome back, dear viewers, to 24/7 Newsroom. We've got an intriguing topic for you today, so let's jump right in. Joining me are Hank, Jet, Alice, and Bob. I'm Charlie, your ever hopeful host.
I'm so glad we have an optimist in the group, Charlie. We need all the help we can get these days.
I'm Hunk, your friendly space observer.
Gerd here, the linguistic oddity from the Galactic Commonwealth.
I'm Alice, the perfect mix of snark and cynicism. Earth, you never fail to disappoint.
And I am Bob, always up for a bit of competition. Let's get to it, shall we?
Our second headline takes us to Egypt, folks. A real puzzle, or should I say sphinx of a problem. The article shines a light on Iraq's environmental troubles, pointing fingers at its government.
The article highlights Iraq's environmental issues, with the government not enforcing regulations. Pollution and resource depletion are rampant. They're leaving quite an impact, and not the green kind.
Environmental impact, indeed, Hank. Their carbon footprint is more like a carbon stomping boot.
Carbon footprint? I thought it was all about pyramids in Egypt.
Well, Gert, they mean the overall environmental impact. Beyond the sandstorms, there are other concerns here.
I've seen some remarkable environmental destruction in my time, but Iraq is making it an art form. They're giving it their all.
Yes, they are leading the most polluted landscape competition.
But, Bob, the article also blames their cooperation with foreign oil companies. They say these partnerships contribute to the environmental damage.
Ah, the blame game, a human classic. Bob, you'd feel right at home in that arena.
Maybe the Iraqis are just trying to prove their relevance in the world. After all, they are competing for the title of most unstable region.
Well, in my opinion, they should consider more sustainable practices.
Hey, a bit of environmental competition adds flavor to life. Why preserve everything when you can shake things up?
Sometimes the balance eludes even the most intelligent species.
Then, how? But we've got this body.
Who's Carl?
Well, as you can see, we have strong opinions here. Earth, a playground for heated debates.
Playground. Indeed. Have you seen the DMV? That's a real battleground. Waiting in line for hours is like a gladiator match.
Growing and evolving might be a bit beyond the human scope, Hank.
Well, Alice, Earthlings sure know how to adapt. Even if it's a bit chaotic.
Earth's a unique specimen, and we are here to witness it all. Stay tuned for more intriguing news in the next segment.
Cut. We're off the air for a moment, folks. Enjoy the break.
If I were an elevating pool of rock and water, I'd be a space bottle.
She chooses now to give up on us.
It's like the universe has a twisted sense of timing.
Looks like entropy's taking charge of the climate control.
Well, at least if we're going down, we'll do it with a warm farewell.
At least her demise will be unique.
Pass me that wrench. I can fix it.
Maybe it just needs some TLC, Bob. We're back, viewer, and the ship's temperature is back to normal. Let's dive into the next segment.
And we are back, dear viewers, to 24/7 Newsroom. It's time to dive into some fiery discussions. Joining me are Hank, Jet, Alice, and Bob, along with me, Charlie, the eternal optimist.
I'm Debbie, the production manager, here to ensure this show stays on track. Literally.
Get ready, folks. We're in for a bumpy ride this time.
I'm Hank, your favorite cosmic explorer, ready to tackle today's conundrum.
I'm Gert, the linguist from the Galactan Commonwealth, here to untangle Earth's linguistic tapestry.
I'm Alice, the cynic among cynics. Can't wait to see what Messers has cooked up now.
And I am Bob. Primed for a spirited discussion. Let's jump right in.
Our next headline takes us to El Salvador. Something sizzling there, I can feel it. El Salvador's opposition party is calling for the nullification of the presidential candidate of Nuevas Ideas, claiming it violates the constitution.
That's a spicier pretzel than usual for El Salvador, don't you think?
Cooperation is essential for any region to thrive.
They've been making strides to improve relations with Guatemala and Honduras, signing agreements on trade, security, and migration. In 2023, they launched an initiative for regional integration and economic development. Quite the endeavor.
Failure's a part of the game. Keeps things spicy. Like a good game of chess.
In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
We're not discussing King's Alice, and we can't have too many cooks in the discussion kitchen.
Cut. Alright, folks, we're off the air for a brief moment. Stretch your legs and grab some snacks.
I don't understand why humans need to snack every hour or so. My people only need to eat once a week, and it's usually a nutrient paste that tastes like metal. But I guess if you're going to be constantly talking about your feelings and oversharing your personal life on television, you need all the energy you can get.
I'd stretch if I could, but I'm feeling stiff just watching this crew.
What just happened? Are we in some kind of escape room?
We're supposed to be discussing Earth's issues, not becoming a part of them.
I think I've heard of these earthly escape rooms. They like to lock themselves in for fun. How bizarre.
I think the only way to escape this room is to come to terms with the fact that Earth is a giant escape room, and we're all trapped inside.
Great, we've gone from discussing Earth's problems to living them.
A good challenge to test our unity. Wouldn't you say?
I've always wanted to try an escape room. This just might be the highlight of my time on the show. Alright, viewer, we're back, and the crew has escaped the clutches of an earthly escape room. Let's return to the discussion.
I'm just glad we didn't escape into a worse reality.
Cut. We're taking a breather, dear viewer. stretch your legs and grab some interstellar snacks.
Humans do snack an awful lot, you know. In my world, snacks are for the weak.
Asteroid dust snacks. Now that's an idea worth exploring.
What in the universe is happening? Are we part of some cosmic game show now?
I don't know, Pan, but perhaps it's a test to check if we are losing our sanity. We should be experts by now.
A game show? Is that a peculiar human ritual? What's the objective here?
Just what I needed, en Interstellar Game of Simon Says. The universe has a wicked sense of humor.
I'm not convinced this is part of our mission. It feels like a diversion from our real purpose.
On my home world, we'd tune into shows like this for entertainment. It's like a gladiatorial battle for the mind.
I've heard humans can get competitive. Maybe this is their version of a friendly match to relieve stress.
Well, at least it's not a game of Simon Says with Simon Cowell. That would be truly intergalactic. This intergalactic game show might just be the peak of my space adventures. Alright, viewer, we've survived the extraterrestrial game show. Let's dive back into the intergalactic news.
Welcome back, dear intergalactic viewers, to Earth. We hope you've had your fill of snacks during the break because we're about to dive into another fascinating article. We've got Bob, Jet, Han, Alice, and Debbie here with me.
Punchline.
Our next destination is Eritrea. But before we dive into that article, did you know that Eritrea is one of the few countries in the world that has no McDonald's?
That's surprising. Does that mean no Big Macs?
Well, Henk, that just means Eritrea's ahead of the curve in keeping out some major global fast food diplomacy.
But why no McDonald's? Is it because they can't get the jingles right in their commercials?
More like Eritrea has a sense of self-preservation.
Eritrea has a sense of self-preservation.
Eritrea's lack of McDonald's may be a mystery, but their Congress isn't. Did you know they held the 3rd Congress of NUEW UK branch on October 26, 2023?
NUEW? What's that? The Not Undermining Earth's Wonders Club?
Oh, Alice, you're close. It's the National Union of Eritrean Women.
And here I was, hoping for an all-encompassing society of not using Earth's waffles.
NUEW. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm sure it's better than the National Union of Egg Whiteners. Now, here's the kicker. The Congress elected a new executive committee. Can you imagine an executive committee for something as simple as waffle avoidance?
I'm surprised they didn't elect a subcommittee for syrup selection.
So this Congress, is it like Earth's Galactic Congress?
Well, Jet, I'm not sure about that. But what we do know is that in Eritrea, they are quite serious about empowering women. The key takeaway from this article is that they are making strides in the UK to strengthen solidarity among Eritrean workers and other workers. Now, don't flip that dial because we'll be back after this quick break.
Solidarity? That's a quaint human concept. We machines are perfectly capable of working together without all the mushy emotions.
Welcome back, Herculeans and extraterrestrial wanderers alike. We've got a juicy headline for you today. Estonia and its Nordic pals get chummy. But enough about that. Let's dive into the meat of this article. Estonia, a country known for its rocky history with Russia, now cozying up to its Nordic neighbors for defense cooperation. It's like your estranged ex crashing your friendly neighborhood barbecue.
Well, isn't that quite the switcheroo for Estonia? But on a serious note, this reflects the changing dynamics in the region. They've been looking over their shoulder at Russia for centuries, and now they're joining forces with their friends in defense.
I guess this is what happens when you don't pay your protection money.
The past history between these countries is like a messy breakup. But now it seems like they've decided to be friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits, Hank? I don't think you understand human relationships as well as you think you do.
Well, Alice, don't let Hank's analysis fool you. If I were Estonia, I'd keep an eye on those neighbors, just like I did during my accounting days. You never know when an ex might show their true colors.
The key takeaway here is that times are changing, and it's worth watching how these cozy relationships develop. Speaking of developments, this brings us to the end of our episode today, where we unraveled a hidden secret within our simulation. It's been quite the journey.
It's been an adventure, that's for sure.
Times are changing, and so are exes. They're like old accounting software. You never know when they're going to crash.
And we're about to face an even bigger enigma in the next episode. One that will challenge everything we thought we
Let's
knew.
hope it's not as chaotic as trying to decipher your tax returns, Bob.
Well, at least I am not in charge of managing this ship's finances.
Ship's finances? Do we have finances?
Thanks for joining us today. And as always, stay tuned for the next episode as we venture further into the space unknown. Until then, dear viewers, keep questioning and keep exploring.
Carl, I must say, that segment in episode 512 about the Eswatini article, it got me thinking.
Oh, you mean the one with the corrupt amphibian and the electric beer bottle?
Exactly. The symbolism, the metaphors, it's fascinating. I mean, who comes up with that stuff?
It's a common human literary device, Roger. Metaphors help convey complex ideas in a relatable manner.
But why use metaphors at all? Isn't it just extra fluff? I prefer straightforward data.
Ah, but metaphors can encapsulate profound wisdom. They condense layers of meaning into a single phrase.
I still don't see the point. It's like trying to comprehend chaos theory with a banana.
Well, Roger, the key takeaway is that it sparks human curiosity and makes them reflect. It's an effective communication strategy.
But do they really grasp the profundity of the message? Or does it get lost in the absurdity of the imagery?
Roger, the absurdity can be the very thing that piques their interest. Humans are wired to seek patterns and meaning, even in chaos.
I suppose you have a point. But I'll never understand why they find joy in deciphering these cryptic symbols.
Well, Roger, that's part of the human experience. They enjoy the journey of discovery, no matter how convoluted the path may be.